Well. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the QSR Simulations Racing League for the Evening Shade Incorporated All-Star event here on D-Speed. Glad to have y'all here tonight. Cannot wait for this All-Star event. We're going to have a great time tonight. Hope y'all enjoy it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and it is going to be a lot of fun, so strap in. We're going to knock it out of the park here tonight. I'm Eddie Smith, filling in for some folks here on Thursday night, but I'm glad to be here with you. Can't wait to see how this is all going to play out, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. Well, on the docket, we got Charlotte Motor Speedway, but the Legacy Edition. You see those yellow walls, legendary, as folks dominated like Jimmy Johnson all those years. And so we're going to take it back here in the Gen 4 Cup car and go around this track another time, go back in time just a little bit and have a blast. This surface is a little bit older. Wasn't made, wasn't freshly repaved like what we got now. You can move around, you can move up the track, you can stay right around the bottom, but it is a lot of fun. 1.5 miles, of course, quad oval. Charlotte Motor Speedway is one of the older 1.5 milers on the track, on the circuit, and you can see all the stats there if you're interested. All right, well, we look at the schedule, where we've been, where we are now. You'll see us right there down on the bottom of that first row as we are at the All-Star break. Kansas last week, Talladega next week. What a way to nestle Charlotte right in the middle there for the All-Star break. We'll take a look at your point standings, where everybody is sitting. Of course, this is a non-points event, but you see Roddy Joyner sitting atop the standings with Jeremy Byrne, just 5 points behind, those both with wins on the season, and then it really starts to drop off quickly as those two have really set themselves apart in the point standings. But tonight it's not about point standings. It's about putting the horsepower down on the track, 725 to be exact, maybe a little bit more. We don't know. They are always pushing the limits on these engines, and we'll see just how fast they'll be running tonight. It'll be cool. It'll be a lot of fun for sure. There's all the stats if you want to know it. As we are getting ready to grid here, let's take a look at who we got on camera tonight. Appreciate everybody for bringing cams into the deal. It really shows off what they're dealing with, what they got going on. Some really cool setups, some kind of funny looking setups. You'll get all in between here. And Jeremy Burns, Austin Dowdy, Quentin Stewart, Waylon Turner, Tyler Harrison, Ethan number 5. The other 4 are going to be really pissed off. I'm sure that's his car number. But Brent Allen, number 19, all on camera tonight. So looking forward to seeing what they're going to bring us. Maybe some fist pump action. No middle fingers here tonight. The kids may be watching. Well, as the track, we look here. Lights are on. Those yellow walls, you can see them from the blimp cam, but we're ready to get the grid going here. So let's see who's going to start on the front row. Jeremy Burns going to start out front with just single name Tiller. It's like Beyonce, just one name. Trenton Wilkin will be starting in third with Tyler Harrison there in fourth. In fifth is Galen Wunsch. And I'm really going to stumble over some of these names tonight, but we'll do the best we can. Ronnie Joyner in the 6th position. In 7th, going to be Paul Ayala. Hey, we're just going to call him Paul. He's going to be a one-name or two. Chris Nail in 8th position. Wow, we're tripping all over these. Jesse Gordon, Wyatt Walker, Waylon Turner, Quentin Stewart in the 12th position. In 13th, Carter Lenz with Joseph Terciano. Nailed it. Kevin Orlando Jr., Austin Dowdy, 15th to 16th. 17th, John Feike, and Frank Walsh in 18th position. 19th, going to be Elijah Parker with Stephen McGough in 20th. Bryson Witherspoon in 21st. Zach Reveley, I don't know. Well, these names are awesome. I love it. Derek Kitt in 23rd. We're going to have to move. 24th is Spencer Johnson, Grizz in 25th. 26th, Ethan Wisnowski. 27th, Brent Allen and Mitchell Costner in 28th. In 29th is Mike Petrin and Daniel Muldix in 30th. Few more cars to get through. Derek McMurchie and Clay Nelson. Zachary Wells with Bill Carnahan in 34th, and that will round out your field. He may not be gridding up tonight. Well, all right. Well, we are getting ready to get this thing rolling, and they are moving quickly, and we will jump right into the race analysis as we get ready to go green. 110 laps here tonight. 6 tire sets available, 1 on the car and 5 in the pits. 2 green, white checkered attempts, no fast repair. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Fixed setup, and that incident limit right at 20. So not going to have a free pass if you have an accident, get in trouble. So you want to keep that car clean. It's going to be fun watching these guys all over the track trying to find some speed. And pace car getting ready to pull off, pulls down onto the pit road. Those yellow walls sticking out here at Legacy Charlotte. And Jeremy Burns going to lead us down to the green flag. 110 laps here at Charlotte. Barney waves the green flag, and we are racing. Well, we didn't even make it a full lap, and caution already out, and it looks like Grizz in trouble here in the 30 car. I love these one-name drivers, Grizz, as he has had some sort of issue. Looks like Trenton Wilkin as well may have had some issue. Let's go back, check it here on the V-Speed replay, see what happened to these drivers. Obviously, cold tires, start of the race. Going to be a lot going on. You can see the accident. It kind of happened right in front of him, and Grizz kind of gets a little bit checked up trying to miss the wreck, and going to go through the grass here, but it was right in front of him is where it happened. I want to say right around the 19. We'll watch it one more time. See, everything kind of gets jumbled up. It always happens on these initial starts. Everybody not really sure when they want to go. Yeah, and there it is. Just a little contact as there was some issues right in front of them. So, 1 lap in the books. Now 2. And not 1 green flag lap just yet, but that's to be expected in All-Star Weekend. Having a good time, just here to kind of blow off some steam. But I'll tell you what, the big thing about tonight is the fact that the winner will get 2 tickets to the Coke 600 this year, and I think that is a cool prize. You know, most of the time you have these all-star events, and they're just for fun. You know, we get out there and just, it's a break from the points racing, not so serious. Just get out there and have a good time. But, man, a little bit extra here sprinkled on top of this one is, man, 2 tickets to the Coke 600 at Charlotte. Man, what a prize that is. Second place will receive $20. Hey, that'll get you a burger somewhere. These days, and third place will receive $10. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with $10, but third place is gonna get it. Well, Jeremy Burns gonna get to think about that restart a little bit more. Tiller there on the outside in the 18. He is this time gonna be a little bit disadvantaged as the 97 is gonna have the start of the race when we go back green. Well, I'd love to talk to some of these guys, but I don't have the permissions to. Oh, I do. I do have permissions to pull people into the chat now, so we'll do that under cautions because I want to talk to some of these drivers, and I want to talk to about what they got going on. As we'll see if we get the one to go. I won't pull them in here just yet, and yeah, we do get the 1 to green. So we'll grab another driver next time. And you see somebody coming out of pit road there. Looks to be Mitchell Costner, who went down, got some damage fixed. Frank Walsh came down pit road. Clay Nelson, Elijah Parker, Derek McMurchie. I'm so sorry. Derek Hilt also came down pit road. I'm only laughing, not because of laughing at the name, just laughing at my inability to pronounce some of these. So that's a lot of fun. We'll grab somebody if we get another quick caution, talk to them. But like I was saying, this event, not so just kind of carefree is. You know, 2 tickets to Coke 600 is worth racing for, and I think you'll see guys be very aggressive to try to get that done. But let's go back green. What you say? Jeremy Burns going to have control of the restart. No, you see there's no restart zone, so going to go as soon as he decides to pull the trigger, and he does. Barney even running late on the green flag there. And Jeremy going to get a great jump as they go down into turn 1. We'll see if we can make it this time. They come through 2. Everything looks good so far. We stay green. And Jeremy Burns goes screaming down the backstretch with the rest of these drivers. See some folks peeking out, looking for some clean air. I think early on you'll see folks right around the bottom for the most part, unless they're trying to make a pass. But I think you might see that lane start to push up towards the wall as the run goes on. We'll see how that plays out. You never really know. Let's take a look at the weather here. 76 degrees. The track is gripped up as cool as you can imagine. And you can already see there Tyler Harrison getting a run off the corner. And you could do that. I think passing is a great opportunity to use that outside line. I don't think you want to use it very often, as it will definitely wear the tires out, especially with the temperature the way that it is at the moment. That right front will be screaming after just a few laps. On board with Trent Wilkin here in the 4th position. See him get right down to that white line. That's where all that speed is. He's going to come off the corner, look back down to the inside. Doesn't quite have the run that he needs, but you see Galen Wunsch right behind him. Oh, they're going to make contact. The 12 into the wall. The 199 goes around. They make contact, and everybody going piling in as we have a track blocker. The 199 still up in the air as he's getting pinballed around. And multiple drivers. Austin Dowdy involved. Spencer Johnson, Ethan Wisnowski involved, and multiple folks. Chris Nail. Lots of folks. And we got saw that happening right on screen. We'll go back and watch it real quick. On board with Galen again. And you're going to see the run that the 12 had didn't quite make it. And then Galen just got to send it here into 3 and 4. Right through the middle. Just gets into the back. And he's going to go for a ride. We'll stay on board with him as we watch these hits. They keep on coming. Multiple contacts. Trying to hang on to it. And just it's over at this point. Too much damage for sure. So, big hit for the 199. And now even more drivers going to be out of this thing with a lot of damage. He sits on pit road. We'll see if it's enough to keep going or if it's the race over for the 199 machine and the 12. I'll tell you what. Let's do something during this caution. I said we were going to talk to some drivers, so let's talk to Trenton Wilkin, who was just involved in that incident. Trenton, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, talk me through what happened there. You were taking a look down to the inside for 3rd place and went down into turn 3. What happened from your point of view?
From my point of view, I just got jacked up, and I mean, we're lap 8 into a race, and just decided to full speed me into turn 3 for no reason.
Well, you've got some damage. We're looking at you sitting on pit road at the moment. How bad is the damage? Can you get it fixed and get back out there?
We'll see. I have 5 more minutes of optional. We'll see. I mean, this is the 2nd or 3rd time I've been wrecked by Galen, so it seems like I should just be out of his way.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you for talking to us, Trenton. Always a tough deal to be brought in after a wreck, but being this an all-star event, wanted to get these guys' opinions and see what they think about what happened. And you could see just honestly felt like he got flat run over, and I think that's kind of what we saw. You're able to get out there, try to stay on the lead lap right in front of the pace car as it comes around, but Jeremy Burns still leading the way at the moment. But would love to get some green flag racing in. This could kind of be a short race. 110 laps is not that much here. So you really got to get with it and get gone. Likely, if they continue on down this path, that you're going to have at least one stop. I would imagine you can make it to lap 50, no problem. So going to be one green flag pit stop if we do go green the rest of the way. But you're going to have to be thinking about that. Check your fuel often. Know what you need, what marks you have to hit. That way you come around at the right time. Come down pit road, get fuel. Be able to make it to the end. All right, getting ready to go back green here after that big track blocker that involved probably about 15 drivers there, so that was a big one. Green flag, though, back out in the air. Jeremy Burns control the restart again. And does get a great jump. Stiller going to fall right behind him in that number 18 machine. And side by side, the 00 of Ronnie Joyner going to go around the 45 and take over that third spot. You see the 35 of Jesse Gordon right behind him. Maybe trying to take a look, but they're going to get single file here as they go through turn 3 and 4. But you can see different lines as folks are driving in a little bit deeper. Some are checking up, trying to save those tires a little bit. This car has a lot more horsepower than a lot of the current NASCAR cars have. So you have to be careful on the throttle, but it does give you a little bit of freedom to push the issue just a little bit. Especially once the car lands and you get back on the throttle, there is a lot more that the pedal can do for you versus other cars. But you just have to be careful and don't overdo it. That right front will take a beating, especially if you slide the fronts for too long. But look at Jesse Gordon right around Tyler Harrison there, and Ronnie Joyner is down to the inside of second place. So the 00 takes over second. Now going to try to run down Jeremy Burns, who has about a 0.3 of a second lead at the moment. Jeremy getting out to a really quick lead. Now we'll see what he's got as far as middle to long run speed as we're finally getting some green flag racing. We'll see what he's got. Take a look on board with him. Got a really nice setup there. Love these driver cams. See what they're doing. Looks calm, looks collected, but he could definitely be looking up in his mirror because Ronnie Joyner is coming. And he is coming quickly. Down to the bottom goes Ronnie Joyner. Jeremy kind of working that middle lane, trying to come across his nose on exit, trying to put some of that dirty air on that 00, make it harder for him to get off the corner. Charlotte has a tendency of being, if almost feel like a slot car. You're kind of gripped up on the actual new track, but this one got a little bit of you got a little bit of movements you can have. You don't have to be completely locked down to the bottom like New Charlotte. This old surface does allow you to race a little bit, try different lines. You see 97. Jeremy Burns kind of running that middle line. About a lane up, not really the middle line, but just trying to search around, find where his car really works well. With this amount of horsepower, it can be tough to get these things woed up and down to the bottom. And you can see how difficult it is to get that left front right on that white line. It looks like Jeremy is trying, just not quite able to do it. Ooh, somebody gets real loose there. I think that was that's Jesse Gordon. Yeah, 34 of Jesse Gordon. So almost has a real big mistake there, and you can see how loose he is. We'll go on board with him here. Once you slide the rears one time here on iRacing, the heat gets into those tires, and it becomes like you're driving on a damn ice cream cone. You can see, look at him. He's trying to get the power down, but he has already heated up that right rear. He's got to let it cool down for about a lap or two before you can get it back going. And it's really tough when that happens because once you slide the rears like that, the tendency is to, oh, I lost ground. I got to make it up right now. But you just can't. You have to be easy on the throttle, push it down just a little bit, and keep the rear tires under you because if we get a green flag run here, you do not want to have an issue where you spin out or you just lose any ability to push the throttle down here on exit. Up front, the lead starting to heat up. Ronnie has been able to close in just a little bit. He's a little bit faster every single lap. And you can see right here, where will he make the pass? He looks to be wanting to try to sneak up to the outside, and Jeremy Burns trying to block it off. We'll see if the 00 goes down to the corner. No, they're high arcing it in off the top side. You can see how they're driving down the banking there, and Joyner is there. All kinds of cool schemes. All-Star races really allow for folks to kind of be... I mean, you hate to run an actual real throwback scheme or an actual NASCAR scheme all the time. You want something custom. So it's cool in these events to kind of throw out something that's really cool. And you see the mellow yellow there of Ronnie Joyner and all kinds of folks pulling out some really cool schemes here tonight. We'll take a look at them when we can. But right now, just watching this lead battle, seeing if Joyner can do anything with the 97. So far, just kind of riding in his tire tracks, waiting for him to make a mistake. Going to get a nice little run here. We'll see if he takes it to the inside. He does. To the left rear quarter. He's got position. Can he make it stick, though? That outside line has shown to be pretty strong. So far, you can see 97, he's got pedal when he needs it. And he gasses it up off the corner, able to successfully defend. Has to fall back right behind the 97, but still just continuing to put pressure while that's going on. Tiller there in the 18. I'm sure he has a full name, but that's all I got. Tiller. Trying to reel these folks back in, and White Walker there in fourth also. White Walker up 6 positions from where he started, and Ronnie Joyner up 4. He's going to take a look down to the inside. Not quite sure he's going to be able to make it. He wasn't that close, and you can see the 97 going to gas it up it again. But this time, though, Ronnie does a great job of holding on to it. He's still down to the inside. It's across the start-finish line. Jeremy has the run to make it down into turn 1, but here comes Ronnie again, looking down. Look how yawed out that 97. You love to see it. I've been watching too many next-gen races, seeing how that thing is planted straight on the ground. But I love to see these things yawed out. As we go back here just a little bit, you can see the action that's going on all throughout the field as folks are trying to work their way towards the front, find their way up there, and battle for these tickets to the Coke 600. And right now, the number 2 of Daniel Molnix, he is up 22 spots from where he started. Now, been able to gain quite a few of those due to damage, folks that are having some issues involved in those early wrecks, but he was able to keep that number 2 car clean. And now he's like trying to get to the inside of Quentin Stewart. That's for the 7th position. Right behind them, you got Zach Reveille and Brent Allen and Jesse Gordon battling side by side. Daniel going to go down to the inside. Got good position here on the 24 of Quentin. Let's see if Quentin allows him to have that spotter. He's going to fight back, and he is. Down on the inside, you can see the 2 just much better right front, able to drive deeper into the corner. As that right front starts to wear, you see that you're not able to really drive deep into the corner like you were before. And you can see Daniel has been able to take care of that. Quentin struggling just a little bit, and the 2 was able to drive. Quentin gets a little bit loose there in the middle of the corner. Had to run it up the track and try to catch it, but Quentin settle in here in 8th. He has gained 4 spots from where he started. So all these drivers around, he's going to lose a spot to Zach here in the 7. All these drivers have been able to make up spots and trying to get up towards the front. But they got a lot of work to do. These guys are 4.8 seconds back from the lead. And Ronnie Joyner, bless his heart, still trying to get around this 97 machine. The 97 has been really strong at defending this lead. The 07 is going to have a lot of patience and find that opportunity. They are still the fastest cars on the track. There's a few drivers that are still in the 30.8s. Brent Allen actually ran a 30.7 that last lap. So there's a couple drivers that would love to see a caution that may have the opportunity to get up here and battle for the lead as well. But right now, it is just Jeremy Burns, Ronnie Joyner with Tiller hanging in back there, trying to keep these guys in tow. Problem for Zach in the 7 M&M's car. He had some sort of issue, had to slow up and fell back there. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened to him as he got really out of shape. I think it happened just before that. We'll back it up just a little. Yeah, he gets into the wall here. This is the number 7. Gets into the wall, lost so much momentum, and lost a ton of spots there as he makes contact with the wall. Settled in the 17th position. The 2. One I've got my eye on. The 2 is still moving forward. Now going to the outside of Kevin Orlando. Daniel Molnick's on the move, up 24 spots. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think anybody is running as fast as the 2 is at the moment. He has got some long run speed built into it. 30 laps is really where the tires start to come apart. And you can see it. That's a lap car behind him. Obviously, it's come down. You can see the tire difference. There is a good amount of fall off. We're looking at over second half of fall off. That's the 8 of Austin Dowdy. Involved in an earlier incident, had about 2 minutes of repair, has gone down pit road. He's 5 laps down currently, but you can see the difference of those new tires. He drives right on by, and he's going to drive down to the inside of the 45, try to unlap himself the hard way, and hope to get a few cautions, get back on the lap, and get back in this thing. Still no change up front. And, man, look here. Zach, the 7. Zach Reveille has gone around. And caution, there it is. Caution comes out. As he has been struggling the last 10 laps. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Down on the inside of the 99 of Elijah Parker, who you see him get really loose there. Oh, and he gets loose through the trial. A little bit of netcode contact. And, oh, man. Big contact out of the 26 there, Carter Lenz. And he's going to have massive, massive damage. Jesse Gordon was the one that barely stuck through there. Let's go back and watch from his point of view. On board with Jesse Gordon. As we're going to watch all this kind of happen. Ooh. Somebody got out of it quick. Right up here in the quad oval is where they got loose. See, Jesse actually gets loose, and watch him sneak through here. Woo! That's a Cole Brown moment right there. All right, pit road, though, is wide open. Everybody going to come down and get tires and fuel. Don't know if we can make it from here, but that's something that they're definitely going to be paying attention to. But Jeremy Burns has led every single lap. Ronnie Joyner was really fast there. I know he wanted to work him over just a little bit more, but now what a better time to try to make that pass than on pit road. Come out of pit road with the position. Then you don't have to pass them out on track. So you can hear those cars. Listen to them. We'll turn it up just a little bit. Love to hear those V8s getting with it as everybody racing off pit road. Everybody comes out pretty much where they were. Don't see any really big movers. Everybody electing for 4 tires. Nobody brave enough to do 2 tires at the moment, which why would you? That would be a death sentence, I think. You'd go all the way to the back. All right, so that you're on your second set out of 6 total here so far. But with only 110 laps, I don't think that tire limit is going to really play a factor. I can't imagine we run out of tires here with just 110 laps. But something to think about. Definitely don't want to use them up just willy-nilly, but that track position is going to be too important. We've already seen how difficult it can be to pass, especially when somebody really wants to defend. So track position going to be really, really key. Well, let's take a look at some more cameras. What we got, folks, we got going on. We're going to highlight because, hey, we appreciate folks helping out the broadcast. I mean, you're doing us a favor when you put your camera on so we can see what's going on. Brent Allen here in the 10th position. Started in 27th. Now has cracked the top 10 right on the outside of it, maybe in 11th as he runs. But he has had a really good run so far. Going to try to get that 19 machine back up front as his camera just disappears. Oh, he comes back. And he is letting everybody by. So I don't know what's going on with Brent, but I think whenever we turned his camera on, it messed him up. So don't know what's going on, but he had some trouble there. Another driver we have yet to show on the broadcast is Tyler Harrison. He's sitting in 4th. We've been talking about him a couple times, just haven't showed him just yet. He's sitting here in 4th. That 45 looks fast. The 07 was able to drive around him and get up to the 2nd position, but Tyler's been hanging out. here in the top 5. Expect to see him push forward here. Going to have a long run here if we stay green. But I got to say, you can hear him cut off the car. See him reach over there, hitting the starter. It's a good way to save fuel. I love it. Everybody does it differently. Some folks like to hit the clutch, roll the car, and just let the car stay running. He's actually cutting the car off, letting it just completely idle down to nothing, just turning the motor off. Then turns the ignition back on. He can either hit the starter or drop the clutch, which dropping the clutch is probably the best way of doing it. Crank the car back up, get caught back up, and do it all over again. So some fuel saving going on at the moment. And if you thought the broadcaster wouldn't catch you saving, I'm going to catch you. Lights out on the pace car in the evening shade all-star race here in QSR. I'm Eddie Smith with V-Speed. Thank y'all so much for joining us. It's been a blast so far. This thing's going to be over before we know it. Big movers. Daniel Molnix, he has been able to get evened up with tires. He is 24 spots up from where he started. Ethan Mitchell, all those guys, multiple positions. Zachary Wells, all been able to make up a ton of spots. So this will be great. See where you fit in here. There's got kind of a stage break there. We'll reset. Green flag, back out. Jeremy Burns still in control of the restart. Does anybody have anything for this 97 machine? He looks to be really fast, and he can turn on the wick whenever he wants to. Some contact there in the back. Oh, it looks like... Oh, we got guys going around the 48. Derek McMurtry has gone around. A few other drivers having issues back here. So, barely got this thing rolling. See if we can go back and see what happened. He's actually in the back, letting the whole field go, and I think it happened right in front of him. I think 3 wide out in front. Yeah, some contact up there. He just gets run over from behind. Trying to see who that is up there in front of him. It's a 60. Just in a 3 wide situation, and yeah, I just tried to cut down across. See I think that's the 13. Really got to run in there, and I don't think that Mike really knew he was there. And when that happened, just came down. Did not quite get the spotter call for 3 wide. So under caution again, we'll take a look at the caution so far. 4 cautions, and you see that 0 lead changes. Well, I'm going to talk to somebody. I want to see if anybody is in chat that wants to talk, and we'll see. Jeremy Burns been leading the way. Let's pull him up in here and let's talk to him. Jeremy Burns, this is Eddie in the booth. How you doing, brother?
Oh, we're vibing up here.
Well, you've been leading the race from the very start. You've led every single lap as the race has gone on. You're trying to get those tickets to the Coke 600, but Ronnie Joyner came up and kind of ran you down, ran right on your rear bumper for that last little run. You still had a little extra to hold him off. How's that car driving at the moment? What do you need to hold on to this lead?
It's feeling pretty good. It's gluing that second lane pretty well. I feel pretty secure up there. Ronnie's able to drive it in a lot deeper, but it's going to be really hard for him to get a run and stay side by side with me just to, keep up with the outside lane. But, we're going to do our best to defend here. We got a couple of guys coming up through the field. I know Molnix is back there. Tiller's fast, and obviously Tyler Harrison. So we're have our hands full, but we got, 70 laps to go? It's going to be a long race, man. We're not even a third of the way through, so we're just going to get ready and get back going here for the number 97 Ford Taurus.
All right, well, give me one little bit more tidbit. How far can you make it on fuel?
I got 42 laps right now, so it's looking like it's probably going to be one more stop unless we get a caution like 20 laps in and we say, hey, we want tires. So if it goes green, we're looking at one more stop, but, we could always come in for tires. We got a lot of sets here, so we'll definitely go through them.
Okay. Well, and one more last thing, just as a quick question. As you're defending this position, how do you deal with, hey, I'm going to push really hard or give up track position, trying to save? I mean, right now you've got the lead. You want to hold on to that. But how hard do you push it to hold on to the lead versus trying to save that tire for a long run?
Well, it's a fine balance, right? And I think the biggest key is getting a good jump on the restart to give myself that cushion, right? That way they have to push a little bit harder than I have to. But other than that, you just kind of have to manage it. And like I said, when you run that high lane, I feel at least I can manage it a little bit better than running the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. And it does pretty good for having the guys that run on the bottom. They just can't quite get the drive off. So we'll see what we can do. Like I said, a long way to go, but hopefully we can get a good green flag run in here.
All right. Well, Jeremy Burns, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Hopefully I got him into the right one. No, I did not. We'll get him up there. Appreciate him talking to us. Sounds pretty confident. I like it. The confidence is there. Got a lot of speed in that 97. Obviously has a good idea of what he needs to do. Got to get a good jump here. He's got a good restart every single time. So expect that to continue here. Ronnie Joyner's going to have a lot of work to do, but he didn't call out Tyler Harrison and Daniel Moldix, who are all in the top 5. So Daniel had been the one to watch so far as he has moved up a ton of spots. But as you get up into the top 10, into the top 5, it does get harder and harder to make your way through these guys as the speed really picks up towards the front. Doubled up, ready to go. Just under 70 laps to go in this race. Who's going to get those tickets, man? I wish I was out there. I've been to one Coke 600 in my life. Martin Truex Jr. led 392 laps out of 400. It was great. Jeremy Burns looks to be doing the same thing here. Into the restart zone. Green flag is out. Side by side for second. Ronnie Joyner is going to be able to hold on to that spot as Tyler Harrison and Daniel Molnick's going to run side by side for the 4th position. We'll see if there's anywhere to go. Wyatt Walker, don't forget about him. He's hanging back there. These two still battling side by side, and the 2 gets a nice run through the quad over. It looks like Tyler Harrison playing the long game. Actually gave up that spot. It looks like he lifted down the front straightaway and said, hey, we're just losing time running side by side. I like that type of racing. You are giving up a spot for the greater good. That's hard, man. Look at the 13 of Joseph Turchiano as he just drives down to the inside and says, excuse me, pardon me, pushes him up off the apron. Wyatt had to kind of check up a little bit. Now here comes Joseph on the back bumper of the 45. And Joseph not playing around, man. Gets a massive run. And you could definitely see, looks like the 45 of Tyler Harrison really trying to take care of those tires. He's driving a little bit easier into the corner, trying to keep that right front from overheating where Joseph, he's like, I'm ready to go. I'm going up here. I'm getting these dang tickets. Right up in front of him. Daniel Molnix now down to the inside. He is head hunting at the moment. He has got that 2 wrapping that bottom, and it seems like he's making these passes with ease. You can see everybody else having a tough time getting down to that bottom right at the white line. And, you know, a lot of drivers have shown us how strong that is here at Charlotte. If you can get that left front tire down on that white line, use that paint, that's going to be the fastest way around Charlotte, always. Use the outside to defend, use the outside to make passes, but that bottom line is going to be the quickest. And right now, Daniel Moldix is putting on a clinic on how you get down to the bottom. He's lifting early, using that trail brake to turn the car down to the bottom, get back on the throttle as soon as you can without pushing out towards that outside wall, which will catch up pretty quickly. And, man, look how good he's doing. He's catching up. He's about a tenth faster than Ronnie Joyner there, about half a tenth faster than Jamie Burns that last lap, so he is scooting at the moment. Great battles all over the track. Going to stay here as we watch Ronnie Joyner continue to try to push. Jeremy Burns seemed like he had a very good grasp on what he needed to do. And, when you're not overthinking it and you really have a plan, you know how to defend, and that the option is there to defend, you're putting all the pressure on the 00 here. Just if you're the 97, you don't make a mistake, stick to your plan and say, hey, look, I'm going to do this, and you're going to have to do that to make the pass. And that's going to go down to the bottom for the 00. And try to make this pass. So the 97 are going to make it as difficult as possible. And you can see the 00 try to get a run through the middle of the corner. Maybe try to sneak up to the outside. If he can get to the outside before the entry of the corner, might be a good way to sneak up there, get that position, and then the 97 not going to have an opportunity. It's like Spencer Johnson has had some sort of issue, and there he is. The 29 goes around. Caution is out again. Spencer Johnson goes around, and the V-Speed replay getting a lot of work here tonight. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Running all by himself. Back in the 20s, you can see he was already getting out of shape there, trying to catch it. Comes around the 92 right across Mitchell Costner's front bumper, and the fed-up machine is definitely not happy with that. As Spencer Johnson goes around, that does bring out our caution. Well, caution number 5 on the night, and they keep coming out at right around the same intervals, and it's likely to keep going as we still have a lot of drivers still on the track. The only DNFs at the moment, see some pit road shenanigans here, and Ronnie Joyner, after 16 laps, is going to give up track position, and boy, he does look real lonely going down pit road. A few more drivers going to follow him in, like Elijah Parker, Bryson Witherspoon, Stephen McGough, and others coming down to get sets of tires. There's plenty out there, so I like this strategy of trying to flip the script a little bit. And it looks like everybody outside the top 10 comes down. I think Elijah Parker in 11th. It's like Elijah Parker may have come down and taken fuel only. So interesting call there. Gain a lot of track position, but love to have 4 tires, especially after 17 laps. I think Ronnie Joyner is going to be really cutting through this field if he can, but that's always a tougher task than it sounds, even with 4 tires. You have to be careful going up through the field because those tires will definitely make you feel like a superhero. All right, under caution, we're going to talk to some more drivers. Going to bring Quentin Stewart up into the booth right now. Quentin, Eddie in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Eddie?
Man, not much. That 24 machine looks pretty fast. Talk to me about how that car's driving. You're sitting right outside the top 5. Need a little bit to get up to the front, but what's that car driving like, and what do you need to do to get up front and take this win?
Yeah, well, we've had a lot more success, I think, on the long run. We were starting to catch guys there before we had that last caution, so we're hoping it goes green here, and we are able to take advantage of our decision there to not go in. I didn't want to get caught trying to drive back through the pack, so still a pretty big field. Didn't want to get caught in another wreck, so we'll see how that plays out.
All right. Well, hey, look, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us and talk to us a little bit about this All-Star race and the league so far, how the season has been going, and how nice it is to sort of have an All-Star break where you just kind of let some steam off without a points, have to worry about points and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of talented guys in here. Molnix and Burns are obviously on the front row right now. They've both had great seasons. So it's nice to let guys come out, have fun, and still be competitive. Obviously we've got the 2 tickets to Charlotte for the winter tonight. So it's been a great experience all season long. And we're really fortunate to have a good group of guys who come out commit their time every week to practice and get better. So it's been an awesome league. It's been a pleasure to race with these guys every week. So it's really awesome we can have this big all-star race with good turnout. So.
All right. Well, you got new tires behind you, and you're moving forward. Good luck the rest of the way, Quentin.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
All right. Quentin Stewart. Confident. Ready to go. He's sitting in the 6th position in that number 24 machine. I mean, what a heck of a carrot to dangle in front of these guys to make them race hard, give them that little bit of extra oomph, then some tickets to the real Coca-Cola 600. That's pretty dang cool. All right, getting ready to go green. Not quite halfway. Once we turn a lap, we'll be halfway through this race. The intensity is only going to pick up as drivers who've got some speed have been able to work their way to the front, like Daniel Molnix. And then we still have those tires, brand new set of tires. Joseph Turchiano, Ronnie Joyner back there in 13th and 14th. They're going to have a big advantage here. So we'll see how long it takes them to get to the front, and if they can make it work. We'll see if that's the right strategy call or not. Jeremy Burns, though, gets a great jump. Daniel Molnix now completes his drive up 28 spots, up to 2nd place. Back here with your tires. We'll see how long it takes them to get going. Watching on board with Ronnie Joyner. He's going to go down to the inside of Elijah Parker, who did not take tires. It takes about a lap for the tires that they just put on to get a little bit of heat in them. So it's going to take about a lap or so, but I expect to see that even though it's only about 17 lap fresher tires, you're going to see right in the middle of the corner, especially middle exit. Look at that run that he's going to get here. Down to the inside of Zachary Wells. And passes him with ease. Now catching up to the back of this little pack, and this is the problem that you're going to run into. Guys running side by side, nowhere to go. A little bit of patience is needed. He gets in front of Ethan. Able to jump up to the outside, and he's going to, oh, he wants to go 3 wide. You can see he thought about it. He gassed it up, gets a little bit loose there off of turn 4. Able to hang on to it, though. He wanted to go 3 wide. I could feel it. I wanted him to go 3 wide, but decided to back out of it. Did not want to put himself and others in a bad position. Now it's going to look down to the inside of Brent Allen. And up front, while we're talking about the drivers on new tires, we got a battle for the lead as Daniel Molnix has been able to get to the inside and has a nice run, and he is going to clear the 97. The 97 going to try to fight back, but not quite able to do it. Oh, he is. He's going to get a nice run here, but Molnix is going to cover the exit. And now he has completed his run from the back to the front, 29 spots, and the 2 takes over the lead. It's like maybe the 7 of Zach Rivali or Revali has lost connection, and he is out of this thing. So right now, Zach, Trenton Wilkin, Derek Hitt, Waylon Turner, Chris Nile, and Galen all out of this race so far. All right, Ronnie, now up to the 7th position. Those fresh tires are scooting at the moment. But don't forget that Joseph Turchiano also has fresh tires. He's up to the 5th position. So this is the highest runner on new tires. I know we've got a couple drivers going off track here. Austin Dowdy having some trouble going through the grass. Carter Lenz as well has gone off. So drivers back here having some issues. Up front, Joseph now up to the 4th position. Those 4 tires doing work, and if we get a long green flag run, they are going to be really thankful they came down and took those tires. It's going to take a while to make use of them, but they are scooting right now. About 3/10 faster than the leader these guys are, so, you know, you want to get make up that ground the best you can. You don't want to abuse them. You got fresher tires. You don't have to push and gain every bit of time off the corners. Here in this run, you just have to slowly chip away. You'll always have the tire advantage, so you don't want to put yourself in a position where you end up on the other side of the plateau and burn them off before you get a chance to battle for the lead. But Joseph right now, ooh, somebody is down. Who is that? What a save. I don't know who that was. It's the 83 of Stephen McGough. He had a very scary moment there, but able to hold on to it. Third place goes to Joseph, down to the inside of Tiller. Now going to look to maybe try to make a pass quickly on the 97. You can see right through the middle of the corner when you get back on the throttle is where those tires are going to be a really good advantage. And he's going to make use of them. He goes down to the inside, and he is going to take over second position. Now, Ronnie not pushing as hard as the 13. He is back in the 5th spot. He is at the end of this little pack, but Joseph, man, trying to get up here, take this lead. And still likely a pit stop looming if we stay green. We've had a lot of incidents back in the pack, guys running through the grass, having issues, so I would imagine another caution is likely as, man, the 00 drives really deep in there, and the 18 has to kind of slide up the track, given that spot. So now Ronnie up to the 4th position. That time by Joseph, 2.5 tenths faster than the leader. He's going to catch him. As we watch Ronnie Joyner look to the inside of Jeremy Burns. Hindsight's 2020. I just don't know if they expected as many people to go down pit road as they did. But you know, I don't fault Daniel or Ronnie for staying out. I think that's a pretty good call. You never know how things are going to play out. But it's got to be nice to be on brand new tires at this moment, as you see Joseph gets a massive run through the middle, and Daniel would love to fight him as hard as he possibly can, but honestly, when somebody's got 15 lap fresher tires, it's going to be hard to fight that off. And you're the one that's going to end up losing because they have all that extra grip. So Daniel's going to fight, though. He does a great job through 3 and 4. We'll see if he can hold on to it. Joseph really being aggressive, driving in right on the bottom. He's going to make contact with the apron, slide up. Ooh, my goodness. They better be glad they have really good connections to the circuit, because Netcode would have wiped them both out right there. That was about as close as you can get. Down into 3 and 4. The 13's going to push up the track, trying to drive up through it. Ronnie has been able to get clear for 3rd, and he is enjoying this as these guys are racing their guts out. Joseph clears him for now. We'll see if he can get off the corner with it. He does. So Joseph Turchiano, now your leader here on lap 68 of 110. Now Daniel Molnix, after all that work, is going to watch these two drivers on fresh tires try to drive right around him. That 00 Meliello now up into 2nd. So now it's going to be a two-way battle on these tires. Still a pit stop needed, most likely for these drivers. So far, out of the folks that have come down for pits, these guys have been able to move up quicker than anybody. You got Paul back there at the 7th position in that 95. He has not been able to make up a ton of time, but did come down for 4 tires. Stephen McGough right behind him. Saw him kind of getting loose there earlier, almost having an incident, but able to get it back rolling, still moving forward with those fresh tires. Then you got Mitchell Costner back in 11th. As he goes around Quentin Stewart, who we just talked to. Brent Allen right behind him. Really great move. Driving in, trying to see what these guys are going to do. Mitchell Costner in that fed up 92 machine down on the bottom with those fresher tires, but Quentin Stewart holding off on the outside, and Brent Allen just not quite sure where he wants to go. You can just see how close and hard they're racing as Brent Allen disappears. Our cameras and Brent Allen not playing well together. We'll stay on board with him as we watch this kind of play out. And you can see just where the outside line just has that strength. The 92 really would like to enter in the corner from the wall here, but he's having to enter in a couple lanes lower, which puts a lot more pressure on the right front. This time, though, he's going to be able to make the pass as Quentin slides up the track just a little bit and allows the 92 to get through. But it's fun to watch these battles. The outside really can put the brakes on somebody trying to make a pass. Oh, my goodness, contact right in front. Who is that? The 18 of Tiller has gone around. Somebody watch it. And somebody, if somebody's in Discord, tell me what the full name is for Tiller here. I'd love to know. Let's go back, see what happened. That happened right in front of what we were watching. They checked up. Got the 18 and the 85 and the 83 right behind them. And it just kind of gets all messy right there. Go back and check that one more time. The 83 on those fresh tires. You see, gassed it up, but really nowhere for him to go at that moment. He's got the fresher tires, so not really much that the 18 can do there. And yeah, he tried to check up, and it just didn't work out. All right, pit stops rolling. Ronnie Joyner comes back down pit road. Jeremy Burns this time going to come down pit road as well. So everybody going to come down. Likely can make it from here as we're just about 35 laps to the finish. So I would imagine everybody going to come down for fuel. And look at Daniel Molnick's going to win the battle off pit road. Really impressive stuff by Daniel. As he comes down pit road, he's the quickest on pit lane, so that means he made up a ton of time. He made up over a second over Ronnie Joyner on pit road. Made up a second and a half over Joseph Turchiano on just getting on and off pit road. Then in his box, his pit crew was about 0.6 of a second faster. So put that all together, and Daniel Molnix is your leader, able to gain 2 spots off of pit road, and that's what you want to do. Now you're on the same tires. Molnix has been fast all night long. I think that spells trouble for the rest of the field. Well, while we are under caution, I want to thank our sponsor for tonight, Evening Shade Incorporated. Evening Shade has been serving Florence, South Carolina, and surrounding areas for over 20 years as the 3M and SunTech authorized dealer. They're exceptionally qualified when it comes to window tinting, vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and custom graphics. Whether it's residential window tinting, paint protection film for your vehicle, commercial signage, or vehicle wraps, they carry some of the very best products for their consumers, and all of their products are reasonably priced and installed by professionals. And hey, go over to the website eveningshadeinc.com if you're in the Florence, South Carolina area, and go check them out. Definitely appreciate them being the sponsor here tonight for this all-star race. All right, setting the stage here. Everybody now on equal tires. We don't have anybody on a different strategy. Fuel should be good to go from the end. Now it's just who has got the best. We're going to go green. We're getting the one to go here. So we're going to go green with less than just a little over 30 laps to go. So who's got the best 32-lap run? And we're going to find that out here. Of course, you better be up here in the front of the field. if you're going to make it to the end on green, but those cautions still going to be looming over our head. And so far, we are up to 6 so far, and it's not going to get any better as the race gets down towards the end. That carrot just too much. We want to get up there and try to win those tickets. Right now, Daniel winning that battle off pit road. I can't tell you how important that is. If we do get a long string of cautions, the easiest way to lead a race is up front. Thank y'all for joining us here on V-Speed. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I think we do QSR a couple nights of the week, and we were really glad to be a part of this racing league and all other leagues that we broadcast. And hey, go check them out. Maybe there's some leagues in there you're looking for. Want to watch some of those races? Go check them out. Subscribe to V-Speed. We appreciate y'all. Green flag is out, though. Daniel Molnick going to get a big jump there as Ronnie Joyner going to follow him along on the outside. The 13 of Joseph Turchiano did not get a great jump. That bottom line really struggling. His man, Kevin Orlando Jr., and the 45, Tyler Harrison, really having to check up here as they're all over the place. And looks like we have some more folks going around. Clay Nelson, Tiller have gone around. We'll see. Yeah, see Clay Nelson there. Tiller has actually exited out. So must have been some contact back there in the back. But we'll stay up here at the front. We'll watch Jeremy Burns try to fight here with the 13. Nice run to the outside. The 97 been so good at that all night long. Nobody willing to give up that third position at the moment, as they are running so hard side by side that they are catching the leaders. The leaders obviously playing cat and mouse games, trying to save a little bit more than the next guy to have that long run speed, but these two are running so hard trying to get around each other that they are both side by side running down the lead. That shows you how much they're saving here up at the front. The 97, though, is going to have that lane. Nobody else is really running that upper lane, so the 97 gets up here. They make contact. Joseph almost gets clear going down to the corner, but Jeremy Burns gets the run. But actually right there, I think Jeremy had to back off a little bit. So now the 13 has the advantage. He's going to drive it in there. Will he do a slide job? Doesn't need to. The 97 falls in line and says, okay, I can see the position. And now they'll set their sights on the leaders who are currently running nose to tail, trying to save those tires. Jeremy Burns started on pole, led 55 laps. He led so many laps. And now is sitting here in fourth position, trying to keep tabs on these front runners as they're starting to pull away just a little bit. But everybody's still running in the 29.5 bracket. It's just kind of hit or miss where they run. That time by Jeremy did not have a great lap, actually 2/10 slower than the two leaders and a 10th slower than Joseph. So let those tires cool off just a little bit. Try to make it a last 20 lap or so push, maybe towards the end. Back up here, Mitchell Costner, side by side with Stephen McGough. And you see Elijah Parker back there behind. This is a battle for 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. See the 83 blink out a little bit. That's always scary. The 92 really making some hay up on the outside, though. Going to get a nice run. The 83 gets a little bit loose. We'll see if he can clear him. He does. So move the 92 up into the 11th spot. get a nice run here looking to the outside of Zachary Wells. I mean, at this point, if you're trying to save, you don't want to save too much. Oh, Elijah Barker has had some sort of issue. Make some contact. Couple drivers. Loose. Let's go back and see what happened to him here. Make some contact. Wow, the 83 and the 99 make contact. The 83 hard into the outside wall. No caution, though, as they stay green. They're able to keep the thing rolling. The 99 going to come down pit road. There is some big, big damage to that 99 machine. The 83 is coming in as well. So both those drivers, I mean, massive damage. He's going to have a headache to check his mouthpiece data. That was a hard hit to the outside wall. Battle for the lead is now down to 4 drivers as we get down to the end of this race. Who has saved enough? Who's got the speed that it's going to take to get around Daniel Molnix, who is just, man, he's been lights out. Finally gets out front. Now he is setting the pace for these 4 drivers. And in these situations, I think a lot of times, especially when you have to save tire, which they're having to do here because the fall off is quite a lot, is you have to play these games where, yeah, you can get up there and push the car really hard, heat the right sides up, and go up here and make passes, but you'll get passed back by the end of this thing. So you want to keep tabs of the guy in front of you. So if you're Ronnie Joyner, you may be able to go up there and pass the 2, but you want to save just a little bit more than him if you can. And so we may be seeing a little bit of that going on right now. Now, Daniel has been fast. He may just be pulling away from him at this point, but you never really know. A lot of times guys are so good that they can time it just right where that tire wear becomes a factor. But now Joseph now looking to maybe try to take over the second position. He fought really hard with the 97. I thought maybe his tires would be struggling for a while, but it looks like he has got a little bit extra in the tank. He's going to look down to the inside of the 00 machine to the double aught. Not quite the run that he needed. Double zero going to get a little bit out of shape here. Oh, almost made contact. Actually scared Joseph a little bit. They're able to keep it together, but you can see there is not much saving going on now at the moment. They are really putting the throttle down, pushing that thing to the absolute limit. And that's going to open the door for Joseph down to the inside. And Ronnie really has a bad 3 and 4 as he got up out of the groove, had to check it up, and he's going to lose 2 spots in one corner. So the double zero back to 4th. Joseph now up into 2nd. Jeremy Burns in the 3rd position. These are the paying positions right here. So Ronnie Joyner went from $20 to nothing in one turn. But Daniel Molnix starting to pull away a little bit. Joseph a little bit faster than the leader last time by, but only just 3 thousandths of a second. Daniel ran a 30.418. Joseph a 30.415. That is not going to be enough. He's going to have to find a little bit extra or hope that Daniel falls off a little bit to be able to catch up to the leaders. You can see the 97 00 quickly starting to fall away. But Daniel out front in that Miller number 2. That time by much faster. Joseph going to go right up to the wall, and ooh, I don't know if that's going to work. I think that's really going to hurt his lap time. He's trying to search around, find something. Went up to the outside last in turn 1 and 2, and man, that really lost him a ton of time. You can see he's really struggling from the middle off. Now he's going to be fighting with the 97 for that second position, it looks like. Yeah, that time by he lost 3/10 to Daniel running that outside line, but he's just trying something, trying to figure out some way to make this car hook up and try to run him back down. But right now, Daniel is setting sail. That 2 is gone. Back here for 4th, Wyatt Walker has run down the 00, got a little extra in the tank. Wyatt actually running similar lap times to the leader in that 85 machine. So Wyatt obviously doing a great job on these tires. 21 laps, the tires start to really fade at this point. About 15 onward, you start to really notice constant drop-offs of grip. Especially once you get to the 30-lap mark, you start to really feel the difference, and it sort of plateaus from there on out. Very minimal drop-offs. But, I mean, right now, we're fastest pace is a low 29, and they are running upper 30s, almost in the 31-second bracket. So they are really falling off at this point. And you can see the 00 of Ronnie Joyner. After that battle, I think, with the 13, may have cooked his tires. He's starting to fall back. Daniel Molnick still the fastest driver on the track as they cross the line. We'll see if anybody's able to gain anything. No, Daniel's still about half a tenth faster than anybody else in the top 5. We have to go back here to the 8th position. We got a nice battle. Brent Allen, Mitchell Costner, Zachary Wells, Kevin Orlando Jr. This is a battle for the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th position. And Mitchell Costner goes down to the inside, gets a nice run here on Zachary Wells. Not quite able to make the move as it gets tight now off of 4. Had a nice run, just could not do anything with it at the moment. Oh, the 13's going to get real tight on the exit. Gassed it up, and that got him a little bit loose. Mitchell actually cut him a break. I thought he was going to run him to the outside. He's going to get loose again, and maybe a little bit of contact, and that's going to put him in the wall. But that's not where this caution came from, I don't believe. I think it was Mike. Oh, man, that Winn-Dixie car is in trouble. Good Lord. It's a modified at this point. Hey, look, if you're a radiator salesman, you're happy about this. The 60's going to bring out the caution, and you believe it, caution with 10 laps to go. Daniel did not want to see that. And now the call is, what do you do? We'll go back and check this real quick, see if we can find out what happened. Racing with that white and blue car, and he's going to make contact. The 70. Oh, it's hard to see who that is. That is Bryson Witherspoon in that 22 machine. Gets loose, and the contact with the 60 brings out the caution. All right. Well, drivers coming down pit road. I wondered who would do what. If we'll see anybody with some different strategy. And so far, everybody has come down pit road. Except for the 60. Except for the 60. My man don't have a front bumper. The radiator's all smashed in. And he is going to stay out, likely, and take the lead. We'll see as the race off of pit road. Daniel Molnick's going to take that. Two tire calls for a couple drivers. Daniel Molnick takes 2. Tyler Harrison also takes 2. And then you got your 4 tires. Jeremy Burns, your first driver, on 4 tires. If you're Jeremy in that 97, you got to feel really good about your call there. We'll see if Mike stays out. Mike and Frank Walsh, I don't know if Mike is going to stay out here with that damage. Yeah, he's not going to do that. So he's going to come down pit road. And looks like the 10 maybe as well. So give up that spot. And Frank Walsh, your second place driver, will come down pit road. So they'll give up those spots. And that will give the lead back over to Daniel Molnick. Now, we had to make it interesting. And these two up front, Tyler Harrison, Daniel Molnick's 2 tires after quite a few laps. So those left sides are going to be struggling. They do have fresh right sides. But Jeremy Burns, Joseph Turchiano, they have those 4 fresh tires. Will that be enough? Do they have enough time? Will we have enough green flag laps? There's so many questions here. But for those 2 drivers in the 97 and 13, I think they did exactly what they needed to do, which they weren't going to go up there and pass them with the current state of their tires. Now they go get 4 tires. Now they're on the hunt. they can be aggressive. They can push the car as hard as they want to go. Daniel Molnix wanted to keep that track position out front, and I don't blame him one bit. You have control of the restart. We're going to go green with probably about 6 laps to go. If you get a good jump, which you will be able to, he's got control of the race, and they're going to have to go up there and pass him in just a few laps. They're not going to have a whole lot of time. So the big question is on the 2 and the 45, how detrimental are those old left sides going to be? That will decide this race and who's going to be watching the Real Coke 600 in just a few weeks. All right, getting down to crunch time. Can't wait. I don't want to talk to no drivers because I know that if I'm in this situation, I got a lot on my mind. I might be a little stressed out. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to a broadcaster asking me a bunch of dumb questions. I want to focus on my race, and that's what we're going to do here. As, Jeremy Burns. They're getting lined up. Going to have 7 laps to go once we take the green flag. Who's going to win it? It's been an exciting race so far. If you're in your seat, get out of the seat. What are you doing? Sitting down while this is going on. This is going to be wild. And we may not be done with the cautions. There may be more. So if you're a fan of at least somebody in the top 5 here, you better be out of your chair and you better be hollering at the screen, telling them to go on because it's going to be wild. Lights stay on the pace car. We did get the 1 to green, so I don't know why the lights came back on unless they added a lap, which I didn't see, so a little bit curious to see that. But now we get the 1 to green again, and we'll go green next time by. So it'll be 6 laps to go once we take the green flag. All righty, down the back stretch, they're thinking, what do I got to do? Daniel Molnix thinking, I got to get a good jump. Tyler Harrison, he's got to be paying attention to that too. He's got to get a good jump as well because he's got 4 tires behind him. And he's got to be able to get going and get right behind Daniel and fight him for this position. Get side by side if you can. They're going to have about a lap of advantage, I think, and then that 13 and 97 is going to be coming. So we're going to see if they can hold them off. They come through 3 and 4, getting ready to go green for maybe the final time for a shot at tickets to the Coke 600, $20 and $10. Who's going to get it? Daniel Molnix into the restart zone. Gets a great jump. Tyler Harrison does not. And Jeremy Burns drives right through for second. That's exactly what Jeremy Burns needed. Now he can set his sights on the leader. He's got the advantage. Tires got to get up to heat. Get those tires up to temperature. Drives the deep into the corner. He has the tire advantage. You can see it. Going through 3 and 4. Not quite ready to make that move. He's going to get a nice run right here off of turn 4. They are neck and neck at the start-finish line. Daniel is going to have to pull a rabbit out of his you-know-what to hold off this 97. The 97 going to look up to the outside. Daniel is going to give it to him. I can't believe it. Off the corner. Daniel going to cut him off. Oh, and he turns him. Daniel goes around as the dadgum ticker was in the way. And Daniel goes around. And caution comes out. Daniel Molnix tried a little slider there. And I think the 97 was there. Let's go on board and see what happened as I come off the corner. You see right here, the 97's got to run, and Daniel just knew he had to cover it. But unfortunately, oh, man, a massive hit there. On board with Jimmy Burns, and going to go back just a little bit more and watch how this all kind of played out from his perspective. And I just can't believe that Daniel didn't cover this outside. And Jeremy's going to gas it up right here, and he's got the momentum. And the two just kind of, instead of comes up, you know, trying to defend that. It's just sort of a lazy exit here. And, yeah, I mean, watching it one more time, and, I mean, the two had the bumper in the way. Jeremy wasn't quite there and does kind of get him in the left rear. But, man, tough break for the two. As he had a massive little bit of contact here. I don't know who that is. I don't know everybody's car, but it was a big hit. Just watch it again from a different angle. Watch this. Wow. Oh, was the 85 of Wyatt Walker? Oh, it sure was. Let's go on board with him. On board with Wyatt here as you watch this massive contact. Just didn't know where he was going to go, and, man, that is a hard hit for the 85 machine, which is a tough break. He's got a lot of damage now, and that's going to be enough to really cause issues. All right, Jeremy Burns now with the lead, and we are going to have likely a green, white, checkered to end this race. 2 green, white, checkered attempts. So we'll have a green flag, and if we get the white flag, the race is over no matter what. We'll not have a caution. We'll race it back to the line. If a caution comes out before he takes the white flag, we'll do it one more time, and that will be it. So real tough break for the two. I mean, he had a great drive. Just kind of was going to be in trouble with those 2 tires. And unfortunately, just doing what he had to do to win the race. He knows if he lets him get beside him or doesn't defend at all, I mean, it's race over no matter what. So he's doing the best that he could. And contact was made. Now he's back in 21st on pit road with quite a bit of damage. I don't think he's going to be able to return before this thing is over with. Well, that eliminates one driver. Now, Wyatt Walker back here in this 85 machine, his car has to be toast. But he's still out there on the track, and his steering wheel is straight. I don't know. It's kind of going to the – I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, everybody else is the same. So, I mean, massive hit for that 85 machine on the front end of that car. But you see him kind of moving around, trying to see if that thing's got anything left in it. But, you know, that was such a massive hit. There's got to be some major suspension damage. The left side actually looks pretty good. And maybe some damage there on the right front. Yeah, you can see that damage right there on the right front. So going to see if that plays a factor. But at this point, the 85 is going to stay on track. Can't pit now. It'll be all over. All right, getting ready to restart. Green, white, checkered. Number 1, who was going to get the win? Jeremy Burns, after leading majority of the race, kind of got stuck in the bottom half of the top 5 for a while and now has taken the lead back over. Can he get the victory? Can he get those tickets? Or will Joseph Turchiano or Tyler Harrison, who's back there on those 2 tires, do they got something to say? Green flag is out. Jeremy Burns with a fantastic start. As it's all clustered, you know what? As you see the 85, oh, he's going to drive down on the door of the 13 or the 19 of Brent Allen and just takes him out. Wyatt Walker with that tore-up race car just comes down and just takes out the 19. Watch him right here. He's going to turn down and, yeah, just keeps. I don't know if it was intentional. Obviously, I have no idea. but on board with Wyatt Walker here. Trying to get up through the gears, kind of staying out of the way here. I don't know if maybe the car just turned. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's pretty wild. Just turns and takes him out, Brent Allen, in that 19 machine, and that's going to be it for Brent. That is a tough, tough deal. But that's green, white, checkered number 1. Now we're going to rack them up, do it one more time. If we get another caution, that will end it, and Jeremy Burns will take the win. If not, we're going to race it back. Hopefully we get to see it race out, but yeah, after something like that, you kind of wonder if there's not tippers flaring, people having issues with each other. So if you're Jeremy, you got to feel really, really good. You got to have control of the restart. You have every opportunity to win this race. You just got to nail the restart, and he did a great job last time of doing that. So we'll see if he can do it again. Well, the last opportunity. And thank you all so much for sticking around. Hope y'all have enjoyed the race as much as I have. It's been a pretty wild race, a fun race to call. I'm Eddie Smith, and thank you all so much for watching V-Speed. We want to put on a really great broadcast for everybody. Hope that y'all enjoy it. I think your normal crew and cast will be back next week. But I have enjoyed coming in here and doing this all-star race. It's been a fun one. And if you're not subscribed, go over there, subscribe to V-Speed. We are happy to have you. No one to go yet. We'll go around a couple more times. Give these guys time to think about it. Well, right now, the 97 and the 13 both are on 4 tires. Tyler Harrison and Derek McMurkey. Look, I'm sure there's going to be some upset PMs after the end of the race, but, you know, if I do this again, we'll try to get a phonetic pronunciation little sheet. That way I don't butcher as many names as I have tonight. But Derek there and Tyler both on 2 tires, so they're going to be struggling. The 00 of Ronnie Joyner, who's back in 5th, he is on what I believe 4 tires. And Quentin Stewart also. So some opportunities if the 2 front runners get into each other, but I think it's really going to come down to the 97 and 13. I think the 13 is going to have to get a better restart this time. He did not get a great jump there on that last one. He's going to have to do a better job of timing it. $20 is nice, but I always say I want to see somebody try to jump it. Time it just perfect and time it and just kind of go. If you get a penalty, oh well. That's about the only way that you can win these races and get side by side. If he can be side by side into turn 1, he's got an opportunity to win this race for sure. But he's going to have to be aggressive here on the start and cannot be 2-3 car lengths behind as Jeremy goes into turn 1. It's not going to be able to make that time up, I don't believe. Jeremy has been too fast, and you're going to need every bit of time to work him over on the bottom. So well, here we go. Final green, white, checkered. If a caution comes out before the yellow or before the white flag, the race is over. It's done. Otherwise, we're racing to the finish. Another great jump for Jeremy Burns. Battle, though, for 3rd place is Ronnie. Gets a great jump He's got 4 tires. He's going to set sail, but Jeremy Burns out to a 3/10 of a second lead here on the start. And he is just hoping for a caution, battling for second. Ronnie Jordan looking down to the inside, going left and right, trying to find that position. But coming off of turn 4, Jeremy Burns will take the white flag. 1 more to go. He's got to make it around 1.5 miles. And he's going to Charlotte. The 13 going to get a little bit of that apron through 1 and 2. That's not what he needed. Coming off of turn 2 clean. The 97 just needs to hit his marks. No mistakes here. Going through 3 and 4. The 13 going to drive deep into the corner, but too little, too late. Coming off the corner. Your winner, Jeremy Burns, takes the checker flag, and he'll win here at Charlotte. And you can see relief as he leans back into his chair, as just like, oh man, thank goodness. A couple fist bumps. You can tell he's excited. Mix of excitement and relief as he takes the checkered flag. And he's going to be your winner here tonight. Joseph Turchiano, Tyler Harrison going to be your top 3. They will take home $20 and $10 respectively. What a great race. What a great recovery for Jeremy. And he comes over here and takes the victory. And he's going to do burnouts here down on the front stretch. The 45 of Tyler Harrison going to pull up next to him. And look at there. Somebody's doing donuts out off the camera there. So, but man, what a great race, man. That was a lot of fun to watch, as all 3 of them going to pull up here at the start-finish line. And I'll tell you what, I want to get in here and talk to them quickly. Don't want to waste any time. They're burning it down. There's your winner here tonight, Jeremy Burns. Well, he burns it down. Let's take a look at your results, see where everybody finished here tonight, and then we'll jump right into interviews. Burns, Turchiano, Harrison, your top 3. McMurchie in 4th. Ronnie Joyner in 5th. Quentin Stewart in 6th. Kevin Orlando Jr. in 7th. Jesse Gordon in 8th. Mitchell Costner in 9th. Frank Walsh going to round out your top 10. In 11th, going to be Ethan Wisnowski. In 12th, going to be Paul Ayala. Man, I'm so sorry. Wyatt Walker is going to be in the 13th position. Mike Petrin in 14th. Zachary Wells in 15th. Carter Lenz in 16th. John Feike in 17th. Bryson Witherspoon in 19th. Grizz in 19th as well for some reason. We'll say he's in 18th. Timing scoring a little weird. Brent Allen in 20th. Daniel Molnix in 21st. Spencer Johnson in 22nd. Stephen McGough in 23rd. Clay Nelson in 24th. Elijah Parker 25th. Tiller in 26th. 27th, going to be Austin Dowdy. 28th, Zach Rivali. 29th, Trenton Wilkin. 30th, Derek Hitt. 31st, Galen Wunsch. Waylon Turner in 32nd. Chris Nile in 33rd. And Bill Carnahan didn't turn a lap. Well, all right, well, we will talk to some drivers as looks like Joseph Turchiano is already in chat, so I guess we'll go ahead and talk to him. He's currently muted. We'll see if we can get him off of mute. Joseph, this Eddie in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, a pretty crazy race. A lot of fun, it looked like. Talk to me about that car, how it was driving, and maybe a little bit extra what you needed there at the end.
Yeah, it handled great all night. Very fast. Wrapping the bottom. That's what she really liked. So tried to stick with that. Tried not to burn up the tires. And definitely a good run by Jeremy there. I was giving it all I got. It's a fast car too.
Yeah, you guys came out of pit road with those 4 tires, and that was a great call to come down and get those. And you ran up front. You led some laps. You started in 14th, so you drove up towards the front. At 13 seemed to be fast, but there at the end, I mean, having control of the restart, Jeremy did. That's a huge advantage. I mean, is there anything you could have done differently there?
I think you nailed it. Yeah, the restarts. That's definitely a weak spot for me, and just need to put some more practice into that.
Well, man, what a great race, though. That 13 was fast. You were really making some moves as you were coming through the field. I mean, very aggressive and really was able to kind of slice and dice through there. So great run for you. But hey, you're $20 richer, man. How does that feel?
Feels great. Yeah, thank you, and thanks, for hosting the league and everything. It's been a good time. I'm enjoying it.
All right. Well, there you have it. Second place, Joseph. Is it Turkiano? Am I saying that right, or have I been butchering it all night?
Terciano.
Dadgummit, I've been butchering it all night. Terciano, man, great race tonight. You put on a show and they come away second place. I mean, inflation is rough. $20, maybe not can't buy as
Yeah,
much as
right.
it used to. But hey, look, $20 is $20. That you're $20 richer than you were before you hit grid. So congratulations on that second place finish, man. Who you got to thank here tonight?
Thanks. For me, it's gonna be my wife. And I have to say my Moza equipment here. Highly recommend. So, a very, very good night. Had a good time, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
All right. Well, there you have it. Second place finisher, Joseph Terciano. It had a great run. But let's talk to your winner. And cannot wait to see what he thought about it. Let's bring him into the booth now. Jeremy Burns, we talked to you in the race. You came away with the victory. You got tickets to the Coke 600. We saw it as you crossed the line, though. There was relief more than it was just excitement. Relief came first, then you were fist pumping. Talk to me about that little drive. You kind of got stuck behind, a little bit, having a battle. It got in some different tire strategies going on. And there at the end, you had the fresh tires, you had everything you need, and you were able to get the win. Talk a little bit about that. And how did you get the win here tonight? How'd you do that?
Well, I knew that we were in a good position with 4 tires, and we had the front row there on 2, and coming out of turn 2 there, I was rolling the outside, and Dale came up in front of me, and unfortunately we had contact, and I apologized multiple times. But after that, it set me up to be in the lead, and then after that, it was about controlling restarts, and just communication was the clear thing with Tyler, because I wanted to make sure that the guys behind me stayed side by side. So I went ahead and tipped my cap to him and said, "Hey, since he's on 2 tires, I really don't think that he's going to get there. I can go ahead and tell them when I'm going, and they can still be side by side going into one." And that was kind of the key to it, right? So being able to get it all through there and kind of stay in it for the first 80 laps or so, and then get it those last 30 laps, being able to take 4. I learned from my mistake. Shout out Bradley Cooper. I took 2 tires last week and it didn't work for me, so I went ahead and got 4 tonight, and yeah, it worked for me. But once again, just gotta apologize there, Daniel, because that's not the way that I want to win it. But it feels great to win something like that, and definitely the biggest purse of my life. So it feels pretty good. That was a bit of the relief, because if I didn't even win that, oh gosh, it would have been 10 times worse, right, for Daniel. But let me tell you, we're gonna celebrate in Charlotte. It's gonna be a fun time, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really big shout out to the league for putting that out there. That's a great prize, and it brought out a lot of people tonight. So I'm really glad that everyone turned out and all that.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of fun to watch, and just being able to have those fresh tires at the end is just so valuable, and it had to feel like Superman as you're making those passes. But man, able to get the win. Congratulations, and as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
Oh, I got to shout out my mom and dad, my girlfriend Josie, my cousin Dylan, Coach P, Sonny, my grandma Miss Betsy. They have continuous support. I think you're new, so I have a little bit of a list here that I go through every week, but I got Julie, Derek, Caroline, Shannon, and Belinda, and everybody over here at QSR, and Ethan Wisnowski for putting up the prize for tonight. And, shout out to all the admins for getting through everybody tonight and having everybody ready for anything that could go down. 32 car field is pretty hard to manage, but, we did a pretty good job. So definitely got to shout them out, and shout you over here out at V Speed. Eddie, you did a phenomenal job, and I can't wait to go back and see how this thing turned out.
All right. Well, man, congratulations. Jeremy Burns on the victory here tonight. He's going to Charlotte, going to have a good time. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there's your winner. Jeremy Burns is, man, what a fantastic drive there at the end. But we still have one more fella still left to go, and that's Tyler Harrison. Thank you for patiently waiting there as we got through all those interviews. Tyler, Eddie in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, that was a fun race. Hopefully that you had fun. We'll get your camera up. Appreciate you. I don't know if you jumped out, but you jumped back in. We'll get you up here in just a second. But there you go. There's Tyler. Well, man, you started in fourth, you finished third. That's about as good as sometimes you can ask for, especially with all the wild stuff going on, all the different tire strategies. You were kind of hanging around the top 5 all race long. Early in the run, you kind of fell back. Seemed like you were saving quite a bit. Do you feel like that was your strategy going into this race?
Yeah, I mean, the top 4, top 5 guys definitely had a lot better pace than I did. So I just felt like, this was kind of the perfect scenario to get that 2-tire stop at that final caution and just try to maintain position at that point. So just really the last couple runs, just tried to save as much as I could, still stay in the top 10 and, try not to wear the left sides out to the point where I would just, wouldn't be able to drive the car at the end if I took 2. So yeah, definitely a saving game, and it ultimately worked out. So definitely happy with how this Mr. Detail Chevy performed tonight. It was a fun race and definitely a fun run at the end there with Ronnie. That was a good run to the finish.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you came down pit road and took 2 tires. You were trying to gain a little bit of track position, and when everybody else took 4, how nervous were you coming out of pit road knowing that, I might be at a little bit disadvantage here?
Oh, I was like, I'm just either gonna spin it or hook it to the right side of the wall. But I gotta try something here to get a top 3 podium finish, So thankfully that didn't happen. The last 2 restarts definitely were a little bit sketchy, as just trying to maintain throttle, and the car kept on wanting to kick out. So I lost a little bit of time there. But thankfully, once this final run got going, somehow I managed to get some grip and managed to squeak it back out from dropping into 4th and get it back up to 3rd. So thankfully, the tire strategy worked out and got myself a podium.
Well, I always say it's a successful day if you get an interview, and tonight you got one of those, and you got $10, which will buy half a hot dog these days. So
for sure,
enjoy that, man. But hey, look, anytime you can do, you can race on a computer and you can win some money, even if it's just $1, that's pretty dang cool. So, man, congratulations on that 3rd place finish, winning that money. And it looks like you got a big smile on your face. You had a good time, and that's always the most important thing. So congratulations again, and tell me who you got to thank. Any sponsor shout-outs?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, thanks to Mr. Detail, Ceramic Pro Cleveland, Evans Studios, Cars and Wings. Shout out to everybody at QSR, the admins, putting on this amazing show. I mean, that's a pretty fantastic prize there to get some tickets to Charlotte for 1st place. So, big shout out to Quentin for putting this on, and everybody else that runs it, of course. And of course, thanks for you guys for broadcasting. You guys always put on an amazing show on for the Thursday League. So always appreciate you guys commentating and putting on the show here for us and showcasing the talent that we got in here.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to do it. Y'all at the show, we just kind of point a camera at it and let you go. So congratulations, Tyler, on the 3rd place finish, and go celebrate with your teammates.
For sure. That coffee's going to taste really sweet this tomorrow for that $10. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly. There you have it. 3rd place finisher, Tyler Harrison, comes away with that 3rd place and $10 richer. Man, what a great finish for those guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I had a blast. It was great to meet these drivers here tonight. And yeah, so it was really awesome to be a part of this, and just overall a great race. Cool prizes, really fun to see how all that played out, and man, just a wild finish there. Tough night for Daniel Molnix, who had a great run, but then unfortunately got caught up with a little bit of contact, but he was really a great run, just running up through the field. Well, all right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much for watching. And hey, if you're not subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to V-Speed. I'm sure you guys already are, but if you're not, definitely go over and hit that button. And definitely appreciate that and all the support. But I want to thank Adam Baker, Bradley Cooper, all those who put in work here at V-Speed and make it a great place to call races. And I think They, for the most part, put on a great job. And, yeah, just glad to be a part of it. And that's going to do it for tonight. We'll see y'all next time, next week. And y'all have a good night. We'll see you later.